The Honor Magic V5 and Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 are the hottest foldable phones right now. They are super slim and lightweight foldables, packed with significant upgrades over their predecessors, but most importantly, I'm sure you're having a hard time in deciding which one you should spend your money on because they're both so good. So let's dive in and find out how they fare against each other. Samsung has finally caught up with Honor in the aesthetic department. The Z Fold 7 is finally a much slimmer device measuring at 4.2mm and weighing 215 grams. The Honor Magic V5 with the Dawn Gold color I have here has the same sleekness and weighing a tiny bit heavier at 222 grams. But to be honest, I can hardly feel any difference when holding both foldables, but when it comes to handling, you might find the Honor Magic V5 easier to get used to if you're switching from a slab phone due to the external screen's 20:9 aspect ratio that is closer to a slab phone screen. The Z Fold 7 has a slightly larger 6.5-inch external screen but feels more lengthy with a 21:9 aspect ratio, which I sometimes find a little strained when I need to reach the top with one hand while texting can feel a little cramped. But it still feels a lot better than Samsung's previous foldables. Both foldables have done an excellent job when it comes to build and durability. The Magic V5 has an improved super steel hinge that can withstand a bend force of up to 35 kilograms and 500,000 folds. The Z Fold 7 new Armor Flex hinge also has a similar number of rated folds, but the Magic V5 takes one step ahead with an IP58 and IP59 certification, whereas the Z Fold 7 retains the same IP48 rating as before, which means that the latter would have been able to withstand high temperature water jets and resist dust. Having achieved 2 IP certifications is not an easy technical feat for the Honor Magic V5, and it is commendable. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 has slightly bigger screens than the Honor Magic V5, which might offer a slightly better viewing experience, not until when it comes to using it in low light, which some people that's sensitive to PWM dimming can experience headaches as the Z Fold 7 screen still has a low 480Hz PWM dimming frequency. The Magic V5's internal and external screen come with a PWM dimming frequency of 4320Hz, which you might ultimately find the Magic V5 screen to be more comfortable to look at for longer durations in different lighting scenarios. Both foldables are powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, with the Galaxy Z Fold 7 having a slight advantage in terms of CPU clock speeds, though that's hardly perceivable in real-world usage. But one thing you may be concerned is thermals, because both phones can get really hot if you use them for extended periods for taking photos under the hot weather and gaming, which is expected because they are so slim. But when I ran the 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme Stress Test on them, the Honor Magic V5 has a slightly better stability score than the Z Fold 7 at 55.5%, which is expected due to its slightly lower CPU clock speed that doesn't cause it to heat up as much. But still, you shouldn't be using either for super heavy tasks. Samsung has definitely set a gold standard in foldable phone software, which has inspired the competition. One UI is still one of the most polished software in the Android space in terms of user experience. Not to mention Samsung's great 7-year software update policy and Galaxy AI. Unless you buy the Honor Magic V5 in Europe, this foldable only offers 4 years of software and security updates in other regions. But that doesn't mean it is far behind the Galaxy Z Fold 7 in terms of AI features. For instance, both phones' AI eraser features are pretty on par when it comes to filling up an empty space when you remove an object. The Magic V5 is also capable of expanding a photo with AI outpainting. But what's even more unique is the AI upscale feature that enhances all blurry photos, and you can turn them into a moving video with the AI image to video feature, which the Z Fold 7 doesn't come with. Most importantly, the Honor Magic V5 prevents you from being scammed in video calls with the industry's first AI deepfake detection. Multitasking is crucial on a foldable phone and the very reason that you would want to own one. Both foldables come with incredibly good multi-window features that's super helpful when you need to run more than one app at a time. But the Z Fold 7 is just limited to opening 2 apps at their full size, while the third one has to be snapped to a smaller window or on a floating window, which affects the viewing experience and you'll have to hide it if you don't want to see it. In contrast, the Honor Magic V5 has quick layouts, which allows you to open 3 apps in their full size. This can be super useful if you're doing shopping comparison between different platforms or want to deal with multiple messaging apps. What the Honor Magic V5 will truly benefit productivity users over the Galaxy Z Fold 7 is its connected ecosystem. With Honor Connect, you're able to transfer files and photos to and from an iPhone with blazing fast speeds. And if you own other Honor devices such as an Honor laptop or tablet, you can easily extend your Honor laptop screen to the Magic V5 or interact with the Magic V5 directly on your laptop with multi-screen collaboration. You can also quickly scan the document with the Magic V5 and transfer it to an Honor laptop with photography service and tether your phone's connection without dealing with tedious Wi-Fi settings. Not to mention that the Honor Magic V5 has a similar desktop mode called Magic Desktop like Samsung's DeX, though in some ways, Samsung DeX is better when it comes to app compatibility. But overall, the Honor Magic V5 could be a more versatile foldable if you frequently work on a laptop and tablet. Cameras on foldables have never been quite as capable as flagship smartphones, but that doesn't mean they aren't getting any better. The Honor Magic V5 brings on the great imaging capability of its predecessor with the same 50MP f1.6 main camera with OIS, but now has an upgraded 64MP f2.5 periscope lens and a 50MP f2.0 ultrawide camera. The Galaxy Z Fold 7's 200MP main camera is taken from the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which is a very significant upgrade over the previous phones, but it retains the same 10MP telephoto and 12MP ultrawide cameras. Take a look at this set of camera samples. Both the primary cameras take pretty good looking shots in general and low light. While in terms of portraits, the Magic V5 has a more artistic look all thanks to its hardcore studio portrait styles. But when you start punching in closer to your subjects, this is where the Magic V5's higher resolution periscope camera gets advantages with clearer details and lower noise levels in low light. Not to mention that the Magic V5 has AI Super Zoom that enhances digital zoom shots even better than the Z Fold 7. The Z Fold 7's cameras also isn't great for capturing fast-moving subjects, as I put it to the test when I visited Singapore Oceanarium in the past week to capture some fast-moving marine animals. The Magic V5's AI motion sensing feature totally owns the Galaxy Z Fold 7 in terms of image quality. Battery life is a crucial feature of a foldable phone as you'll be using it for doing heavy productivity tasks or media consumption, in which the Galaxy Z Fold 7 surprisingly held up pretty well with its dated 4400 mAh battery, as I can still get a day of moderate use. But pushing it further with waist navigation and snapping a lot of photos will easily kill the battery halfway through the day. The Honor Magic V5's larger 5820 mAh silicon carbon battery is certainly a lot better and will last me through the next day with the same moderate use and will require a charge at the end of the day when I push it. What makes the Z Fold 7 really annoying is the slow 25W charging and 15W wireless charging, which takes more than an hour to fully charge despite its small battery size. Whereas the Honor Magic V5 comes with 66W wired charging and 50W wireless charging that will get its large battery fully charged in under an hour. Not to mention, the Magic V5 comes with a charger in the box. In conclusion, the Honor Magic V5 and Galaxy Z Fold 7 have their respective advantages, and they've come so far from the first generation foldables in terms of hardware features and durability. The Honor Magic V5 ultimately presents a better hardware value over the Galaxy Z Fold 7 with a much lower price tag for the same amount of storage. It costs 6,999 ringgit as opposed to 77,99 ringgit for the Galaxy Z Fold 7. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 may have the advantage of a 7-year software update policy which can justify its value, but if you think about it, that doesn't make sense as the phone's hardware probably wouldn't be able to keep up this long as you would already want to upgrade to a new foldable in just a few years. Not to mention that your Z Fold 7 would be out of warranty by then and can be expensive to repair if it breaks. And speaking of that, the Honor Magic V5 offers better warranty than the Z Fold 7 with a 2-year quality assurance warranty and 1-year screen crack protection without any extra cost, which is pretty great. So yeah, that's all for the comparison of the Honor Magic V5 and Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. Let me know what you guys think about both foldables and which one you prefer in the comments below. Thanks for watching, subscribe to the channel for more videos coming right up, and I will see you in the next one.